Welcome to part 307 of my Minecraft Let's Play. So, people, it's Saturday, and the game was short, so now I'm here. Alright, back to normal content. No more fun weirdness for me. I must paint. I know I don't just use my exacto knife like I normally do. Alright. I'm done messing with that brush. What's up, Geese? How goes, buddy? How are you? Goes well. Got TTS today and played my first game. Nice. How'd that go? Got cut short, sadly. Oh no. Yeah, I've had that happen more than a few occasions. Spout charge everything is Sigma Garden Death Company. Oh no. Your moment of glory. Man, this one brush is having a lot of wonky bristle issues today. Can you charge one unit and two turn units? Yes. As long as those units don't aren't going to end up in within engagement range of units that they did not declare as a target of their charge. You can only get into engagement range of things you declare that charge into. 10 Rubik's scan charged by 2, 5 and death compass. Yes, you can absolutely do that. Yeah. That's how you do like big bombs with like character support and stuff. Like I used to run a Raven Guard Vanguard vet bomb that was 10 Vanguard vets and Shrike and a jump pack Master of Sanctity chaplain. And they'd actually usually charge a bunch of units all at once and then hit the stuff that, you know, was highest priority within there. I think the most things I've charged at once with those three guys were 5 units. Yeah, it was something like a squad of Chaos Legionnaires, or 2 squads of Chaos Legionnaires, and a Rhino, a Razorback, and Bellacore. Like all at the same time. Consolidate, yes, you have pile in 3 inches before you fight, and then consolidate 3 inches after you fight. This is all fresh in my head because I actually did a TTS game today as well. Zofiani and I did our because we couldn't do the 3v1. Zofiana and I earlier this week made troll lists for each other, and I don't think Zofiana knows how to make a troll list because he made me a legitimately good White Scars list for 3k points. I made a almost entirely artillery Imperial Fist list, so I just swept him with 50-something bikes, like immediately. No, it's been a... No, we were going for troll as in frustrating to play. That was the idea. The idea was to make it frustrating for the person to play with that list. So I made an Imperial Fist that's like... It was like 20 Tactical Marines with very basic gear, a Firstborn Captain, 3 Whirlwinds, 3 Typhons, the Spartan Vindicators, No, annoying to play as was the idea. And two macro cannon Aquila strong points. So two fortifications with giant guns on them. Go to ground with artillery? No, I have no idea what that means. So it's pre-8th, whatever that is. Whatever that rule is, disappeared at least at 8th edition. What Zophiana gave me was a ton of, like, 20 scouts, 50 bikes of normal and scout varieties, and an actually good bike Smash Captain, and a Sokar Stormbird. I'm like, okay. I mean, I'm almost certainly going to win with this because we're using the Arcs of Omen mission pack. So, I mean, like, engage in all front size, it is, I guess. So, yeah, midway through turn 2, he was like, I don't think I can mathematically not even keep up with you, but, like, anything. Like, yeah, you're kind of stuck in a box. A box of an ever-decreasing ring of White Scars bikers. While I'm just roping in points. Like, I was already at nearly 20 points halfway through turn 2, and he got first turn. If anything, it was a great reminder why the giant vehicles are just bad, because they can't get you points, and they didn't make them kill you enough. Still, D6 damage is not enough damage from, like, a hit with a uh what is it? What was it called? The big cannon on the Typhon. And the Stormbird couldn't even kill a Typhon. It has 4 twin las cannons and missiles. How does that work? It's 1,000 points of flying death. Nah. I did roll terribly, though, to be fair. What vehicle can carry jump packs? I don't know if Land Raiders can. I know Storm Ravens can. Storm Ravens and larger? So, maybe Land Raiders. Let me check Land Raiders real quick. I got the most recent codex right here. Land Raiders can't take jump packs. Land Raiders can take jump packs. Storm Ravens can take jump packs. So you're also looking at, for even bigger into Forge World, you're looking at Spartans, Thunderhawks, Stormbirds, Mastodons. I don't know if the Cessna Saw Ram. I don't think that even does. Does that transport? Oh, I'm thinking the drill. I'm thinking the assault drill. That thing, I think. No, 9th edition. That won't come out till June, the 10th edition. I want to see someone play 2K points with infiltrators and reavers. We could make that happen. It'd be terrible. Well, no, actually. I do have TTS, yes. I would, not gonna lie. Should I just do this over the weekend? I do, however, I could do this over Sunday. I'm not going to get much programming done Sunday anyway with the constant distractions of the D&D games. Yo, that's actually true. You could even make it worse with, like, Reaver Lieutenants and yeah, a full Raven Guard army of infiltrators and reavers, it's either going to be really good or really bad depending on how skilled the person is at. Okay, it depends on a few factors. Positioning to control objectives, and how good the other person is at killing space marines or power armor right now, which unfortunately a lot of things are very good at killing power armor right now. It's not hard to kill normal power armor at all. That's the biggest problem, is that, yeah, you could bring a ton of infiltrators and a fair number of reavers, 30 reavers. The problem is, it's not hard to kill all that, like, real quick. Most factions can walk, like, right through that, no problem. Once I see someone pull all Asher Militarum lists, I put out the Fear Tactics list. Yeah, well, the problem is, Asher Militarum and... Well, no one plays Infantry Tau, so let's be real here. It's basically Asher Militarum and Eldari are the only things that those lists are good against. And that's if the Asher Militarum don't just pull an all tank list, which a lot of them do. Every other faction in the game could not give a crap less about morale or leadership. Can I put everything into reinforced, but not everything 9 inches for everything? No. You can only put into deep strike or strategic reserves up to half of your army. Half of your army must be deployed. And this is because there was a time, a little bit before 8th, I think. I don't remember when exactly this happened, but there was a time where you could have your entire army in drop pods. And it was a problem. Yeah. I mean, Devastator-filled drop pods are still good right now. Especially if you're Salamanders or Iron Hands. No, because drop pods still... Well, I mean, technically you can, because drop pods have guns. So, technically, yes. However, you can't land on them. They have to be over 9 inches away. Yeah, Iron Hands are the best Space Marine faction in the game and one of the best factions in the game, period, right now. Again, it's just like late 8th again. Except, unlike late 8th, Raven Guard are terrible. Back then, Raven Guard were good, and when Iron Hands got nerfed, Raven Guard then ascended to become the strongest faction in the game. That is definitely not the case right now. Raven Guard are one of the worst factions in the entire game right now, and that's what I play, so yay me. Dark Angels are extremely good, but the numbers actually are slightly in Iron Hand's favor, and the reason is because they can bring a lot of Dreadnoughts, which are very good right now, and a lot of, like, a lot of heavy weapons and vehicles, so they can be, because the entire game is very killy right now. There's not a lot of durability. Oh, they're actually, like, almost neck and neck. Hold on, let me refresh. Let me refresh the stat check, and I can tell you exactly where people are sitting right now. Okay, win rates. Iron Hands, 57% win rate with 875 recorded games. Dark Angels eking out just ahead with 58% win rate after 991 games. So actually, yeah, Dark Angels are the best by 1% win rate. Next after that is Black Templars at 52%, tied with Salamanders. And Space Wolves at 51%. Then Blood Angels at 46, so you gotta jump way down to another Space Marine faction. And then all the rest of the normal ones: Ultramarines, Crimson Fists, White Scars, Death Watch, Raven Guard, and Imperial Fists in that order. My poor Raven Guard is sitting at 34%. They are barely above a third of their games being won right now. Somehow Death Watch is doing better. It's nuts. I'm probably going to get a buff with Primaris, Dante, and Primaris Simgungard. Yeah. Gene Stealer's winning the game. 59%. Yeah, they were 60% last week. Yeah, Gene Stealers are wrecking currently. The most played faction in the game right now is Adeptus Custodes by a large margin, but they're sitting at like a little bit above 50. 53%, which is tied with the Astroyani and Astra Militarum. Orcs barely in front of them at 54%. Yeah, there are so if we look at GW's metrics of like they want everyone in theory to be between 45 and 55% win rate. There are 5 broken factions right now, as in there are 2 good. There are 5 overpowered factions. Those are World Eaters, Iron Hands, Dark Angels, Chaos Demons, and Gene Stealer Cult. And then you have like over a third of the game is broken bad. Crimson Fist, White Scars, Deathwatch, Raven Guard, Imperial Fist, Ultramarines, Thousand Suns, Adeptus Mechanicus, Adeptus Sororitas, Tyranids, Necrons, Chaos Space Marines, Imperial Knights. All are 45% or lower. Well, Emperor's Children right now kind of fits into Chaos Space Marines currently because they don't have their own codex. Technically, and this is hilarious coming out of 8th edition for me, because they ruled that entire edition. Harlequins are considered the most balanced faction right now at a 49% win rate. Harlequins were so broken for like all of 8th and the first half of 9th. So that's really funny. Yeah, no, we've heard that Emperor's Children will get a book soon enough, as they're the only remaining cult legion that, single Chaos God legion that don't have a codex and a standalone army yet. Yeah, props to Justice for actually being balanced somehow. One of the most unique playing armies in the game is somehow balanced. What? 30k can I play Sanguinius and can I pour my 4k armor to 30k? Yes and kind of. So obviously there's no Primaris units. There's also a lot of other units you kind of drop, and it's a completely different rule set. Like it actually is like a different game. But you can play the Primarchs. Yes. All of them. Yeah. Yeah, even like tactical marines play and organize differently. And it's like an upgrade version of 7th edition. Okay, I still have Death Company and Librarian Dreadnought. Librarian Dreadnought, I do not know. Death Company, no, because Death Company wasn't a thing until Sanguinius died, which was at the very end of the Horus Heresy. Like the last fight of the last battle. Just mirrors, there's just one Marine box for every Legion. For Horus Heresy? No, there's a few different customization boxes. There's one for the new Beakies that they've been releasing over the last year, and then they have custom Dreadnoughts of Contemptor and Leviathan. There's also, I don't know if they still sell them, but there were vehicle upgrade packs for Legion specific. Yeah. Yeah, Horus Heresy is its own entire game. They released last year Horus Heresy 2.0. I think I'm finally done with doing the orange on this, and I can put the red top coat and then have these arms be done finally. Yeah, so it's the Horse Heresy 2.0 rulebook, and then you have to get either I forget what they're called, but it's there's a codex for all of the loyalists and a codex for all of the heretics. Boarding actions, that's a I don't know where the book is to play that type. I don't play a lot of the specialty games. No, the rock's still there, as far as I know. I haven't read the book, to be clear. But last I knew, it was just under siege by Vashtor and the Black Legion, which is leading up to the Lion waking up, is what the rumors and everyone believes, myself included. It seems it seems everything's pointing towards that, including some rules that came out with Arcs of Omen. Bellicor intervened. I saw some memes about it. Again, I've not read the book, so I don't know details. I'll probably learn those when Adeptus Ridiculous does a summary of it. It'd be funny if they just trolled all of us and it's the con coming back. I would honestly like it better if the con was the one that came back. Yeah, that's basically where I am. For now. Things are getting better. Yo, I don't know what it is. Something about this song just slaps so hard. Once 10th edition comes out, I will watch the longest video explaining everything in detail. Yeah, right. I mean, I will get the main books, obviously. Um, the big rule book, and I'll get the Codex Astartes, Codex Space Marines. I've also heard rumors that the supplements are finally getting updates, though I doubt that'll be day one. I don't even know if the main codexes are getting a book day one. That might just be uh Blood Angels, actually, because the rumor is the the debut box set is Blood Angels versus Tyranids, which is why they got Primaris Dante coming out. Well, you'll get your rules day one. I'm saying I don't know if I'll get mine. Yeah, yeah. So you have to get another rule book like immediately. Gonna rip your codex? Well, don't worry about it. You're getting a replacement in 3 months. To be fair, I keep all my old codexes because of the lore. Honestly, the Space Marine codexes have been becoming less and less lore like filled over the years. I think lore wise, my first 8th edition one was still the best one for lore content. Kind of ticks me off, honestly. The 9th edition one felt like it had hardly anything in it. Even though they had a bunch of new Primaris units, they didn't like talk about them at all. Let alone explain all of the other units. It's like, what are new people to Space Marines supposed to do with this? They don't know what tactical Marines or Devastator Marines or Centurion suits and all that, what they do. It's just like, you get like 3 sentences of, oh, Centurions are bigger armored suits that dudes like step into while wearing their power armor. I'm like, oh yeah, thanks, great. That's the most bare You get more than that on the website looking at the product information. I mean, yeah, you have Wahapedia for the rules. I mean, that's fine. Um, Here's the thing. It feels rougher for you because you just got into the game. Additions only come around every 4 to 5 years. So, I mean, I think the shortest amount of time the Space Marines had a codex switch up was 8th 2.0 to ninth, which was only like 2 years or something like that. But normally it's like 4-ish years is the average. Like it's been 3.5, yeah, it's been like 3.5 years since I last bought my Space Marine Codex. Actually, it was over a year and a half because I was still with my ex, and I left my ex like 20 months ago ish, 21 months ago. I don't know. They had happened at the like very end of June. 2 years, two summers ago. So that long ago, plus a bit, was last time I had to get a codex. Tell you if this Spaceman Codex is mostly day sheets. I will do so. In fact, now that I'm properly a content creator, I'll probably be amongst the people that make a breakdown of the codex if I had to guess, and what I think about it. And might even go up on YouTube as like a thing you can actually watch and it not be ridiculous. Unlike my current VODs, because I play music I can't have on YouTube, so it's just me talking. It's kind of weird. Do you even Baron scan every page, put in a PDF file? Nah, I don't got time for that. You know what? I'll probably even do two breakdowns. One for the lore slash art. Not that I'll be able to show the art, I don't think. Maybe. Who knows? I have to look into it. And another one for the rules. Yeah, people do that for 100 pages plus props to them, but how do you have that much time? Yeah, seriously. I operate two businesses right now, solo. Like, I got this, which I do for an average of 32 hours a week just on camera, not to mention all the stuff around it. And then I'm also a web dev, a freelance web dev, which, like, right now I have an ongoing, like, large scale contract. In addition to, like, um, other little things here and there I'm constantly doing. Use HTML? I mean, I can write in HTML, yeah. Do you mean for the web dev? No, I primarily use WordPress, which is based on PHP, though what I'm doing current at this moment is actually based on Laravel. To be fair, I'm not even much of a programmer. This is probably my first big programming thing. I'm more of a designer. But I've been doing WordPress for small businesses for, what, 6, 7 years now? More than that, I think. You have to make a website for school and use HTML? Oh, I got you, man. What you do is you go to the number 3, school, I want to say. Let me pull it up real quick. And it's like free, super good tutorial on w3schools.com. And they for completely for free every little thing with examples, with trying out the code, for like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, SQL, Python, Java, PHP, Bootstrap, C, C++, C Sharp, React, which I never heard of, R. I also don't know what R is. Yeah, yeah. Um, What you're gonna want to do is also look up a tutorial for Examp, which is it's a program I use a little bit myself that you can use to make a local virtual server. So you can actually make said website because that website has to go somewhere. However, that's local to the machine you're on. So like you'd have to bring the machine in. If they got Go dot script I donating to them, I have no idea. Um, but yeah, I don't know what your exact setup for like how you're actually showing off the website, but anyway, the actual information on how to write HTML, go there. It's what I use to teach myself like PHP, um, and a lot of CSS stuff I learned because actually CSS is my best language, which is the forward facing. Because like I said, I'm more of a designer, artist, if you couldn't tell. What I am most fluent in is the forward facing stuff on a website, messing with that, which is CSS. But right now, like I'm doing my first big PHP gig. So yeah, you think I got time to scan 100+ pages from a book for a hobby just to say screw the man? Like, no, I don't got time for that. Oh, it's simple code. It's just a 4-page website presenting a job with links to source and lots of. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean that part fine. I've just meant like how you're um like the server side, how you're doing the server side. I don't know what your situation that part is, so I can't advise. Yes. Yeah, I mean, I got into websites through WordPress, and WordPress is SQL for the databases, so the backend. The actual scripting is a combination of PHP and JavaScript, though you don't really have to do much with that because WordPress gives you plugins made by other people, mostly for free, some paid, some for free. And then the stuff that you really spend your time on is designing the look of it, which is all CSS. So because, I would get a contract to make, say, a small business a website and they want X functionality as part of that website, say monetized membership pages or content control, whatever, I would use plugins to put in the functionality and then I would design the look of the website and the feel of the website using CSS in addition to a theme which just does most of the base work from me, and then I just tinker with it until it looks exactly like what the client wants. Oh, it's just gonna be a US drive. Gonna give it to the teacher. Oh, okay. For that, I think XAMPP would work if the entire thing is on the thumb drive. I wouldn't quote me on that, but I think that would function. Or you could just give them the code and they can punch into whatever server they want. They just copy paste the code off Notepad, basically. Like here's the thing, HTML, you can just have it in Notepad. Like that can be like .txt, and it will still work as long as it's getting pushed to a server. Yeah, pure code, all in Notepad. Yep. It could just be that as long as they got a server to plug it into, so they have something to enact the code, basically. To parse it? I think that's the word. Something like that. Yeah, yeah. I shouldn't even, but it'd actually be great for you. I actually did a video not too recently. I didn't make it. I mean, I watched and I followed along, and I did as instructed a video to learn Laravel and yeah, to learn the Laravel framework. It's like a 4 something hour video. It'd probably take you like 8 hours to go through and do everything as he does it. Um, but basically, he shows you from start to finish how to make a small, completely functional website uh with Laravel and PHP that looks really good and really professional. And you could technically just do exactly what he does, and it would be so much better than anything you could do in HTML. Which would be cheaper to do an Astra Militarum army or Custodes? Oh, my boy. Astra Militarum is legitimately one of the most expensive armies you can do. Custodes is one of the cheapest. Like, almost everything else in the game is between those two armies. I think you could do Harlequins cheaper than Custodes, but that's like about it. Because Harlequins is just, well, both of them, and it's just like nothing on the table. Mm, depending on how much Forge World you do for the Custodes, because then it might be Knights. I'm not sure. I've not done the math on it. Well, no, it would have HTML and CSS because PHP and CSS are nested into HTML. Here's the bigger problem: them believing that you wrote that because it's in a professional framework, Laravel, that you made through Visual Studio Code, which is what pro programmers use. I use it. Uh, and it's a fully functioning website with like even like a little bit of JavaScript in there. It's actually a fairly complex piece. Even like compared to anything you can do with just Java, if that makes sense. Can I have Titans and Knights to use the Knights as armigers, get armigers to protect the Knight? You want, yeah, that's how knight armies in the lore work. You have the big knights like the Crusaders and I don't remember any of the other knights' names. And then they have armigers as screens. Yeah, probably not. I'm just saying, there's a 4 hour video out there on YouTube. It's like I'd have to try looking it up again, but basically the guy like brings you from step one, installing all of the appropriate programs, to you have a fully functioning website without you having to really know a whole lot if you just literally type the exact same things he does. And he explains what he's doing the whole way through. If you intend on continuing forward into like web dev and programming and stuff, I'd recommend watching and start doing it anyway, especially now when you're like way younger. The only weirdness is you got to be aware that some of the stuff he does will not currently work because of Laravel or PHP or both, like, being upgraded. So stuff gets depreciated, and then you got to figure out why something's not working, and then actually like go and do that. How did I just miss a bunch of the underside of this? Yeah. Plan going into game dev? As someone that thought that too at round about your age, be aware of what you're getting into. Modern gaming, not that good. A lot of people are getting disinterested. Where a lot of the money at right now is making crappy mobile games that are based on getting people addicted. So odds are you will probably end up making those. Additionally, the hours are absolutely brutal. You will work insane crunches like you wouldn't even believe, to the point of like bad health. And like you can just get dropped at any time. It's happening right now. Like it's actually a really crappy industry to go into right now. It's not like it was when I was a kid, when it was like Bungie and Blizzard and Treyarch. Like making passion projects and stuff, and then making big like tons of money, and like no, it's not that anymore. It's gone. I mean, if you want to go in and start, be part of the revolution and make games about being fun again somehow, by all means. But like, don't get it twisted. It ain't the art zone it used to be anymore. Watch like a lot of like Act Man and even some of Asmongold's stuff on like game reviews and where's some other good ones? Stuff about modern gaming. And you'll oh man. Einstein's First World? Yeah. Good thing I have no social life. How many codes have you applied to that? Um oh, you're probably slightly confused. I'm doing assembly line painting of 9 arms. So yeah, no. It's just they're the exact same set of arms. The idea is when I have finished this stream. Yeah, no, I realized almost immediately. There should be 9 of these basically by the end of the stream with heads, which are they're all Ironkin steel fish bowls. So that'll be just a quick couple airbrush. Yeah, Voton. This is a Voton commission. I did a Grimnir last week. Next week is another squad of these, but with ion rifles. And then I heard that the whatever their Terminators are called is going to be the week after, something akin to that. I'm getting the bases for these tomorrow, so those will be done entirely off stream. And next week we'll start up on the next squad, which I have here, which have these guns, but basically the same thing though. I gotta look up some art and see if those glow or not. Never liked mass painting. I'm the same way as you, but I'm getting paid to do this, so you do what you gotta do. Yeah, no, I like doing this stuff where like I like, all right, one infiltrator. Let's convert the crap out of it, bunch of green stuff, and then glue all the pieces onto my corks and nails, and then one piece at a time and customize the crap out of it. Yeah, get paid by the hour and get rich. Yeah, I usually do these by the project that is more or less based upon the hours, and I think I didn't equate enough hours into this one, but whatever. Sup, Sai? Yeah, Sai doesn't really care about us, as the music says. Yeah, this by itself will not make me rich, but I have stuff in the works that might. The stream is one piece of a much greater plan. Finished running a commission game like an hour ago? Nice. I was eating pasta an hour ago. It was good. There's a chance it's gonna give me terrible gas later. Yay. Pasta is pretty. Yeah, it's pretty pog when it doesn't kill me. Yeah, Sai's a pro DM, you could say. A pro dungeon master. I was just showing Zophiana 2 hours ago. Hey, Sai, we did Zophiana and I did the troll game where we made each other's list. Zophiana was too nice. He made me a really good list. I gave him all Imperial Fist artillery, and he gave me Wedge Scar's bikes, like, out the rear. Hey, Sai, which do you think conceptually wins? A ton of artillery or a ton of bikes? Just in general. Not. Oh, we're gonna start talking about devil fruits again. No! It's gonna end up like the first banned word in chat. It's, well, if you think realistically, artillery should be able to blow the bikes out well before they get anywhere if they know where they are. Right, however, we're talking about Astartes bikes, so they're moving extremely fast. And the map's only so big. What good are the shells of the can of the bikes? Yeah, right. And even says feel the bikes are just real good and have much maneuverability if they're yeah. Well, yeah, the game's a turn-based strategy game, so what do you think? Here's how it worked. Uh, he killed a ton of bikes, but he had given me so many bikes that I didn't even have to kill practically anything of his for me to overtake the entire map and be just rolling in victory points. Well, in 40k, the artillery can still shoot at you. I mean, yeah, they killed a bunch of bikes, but Zofiana gave me like 50 bikes. 50 bikes. And I don't care how much artillery you have. I have 50 bikes in a 3,000 point game. And that was not even all of my army. I also had scouts and a few other pieces of infantry and then a stormbird that did nothing. Why though? I don't know. Zofiana, I don't know. I said troll me. I said make a army that's annoying to play. That's the idea. Now I'm like, I'm gonna make a bunch of artillery. Have fun with that. And I didn't know what I was expecting, but yeah, I was given a legitimately good White Scars list. And I was like, oh, okay. It's yeah. Turns out I'm painting today instead of just playing TTS, which is fine because I didn't finish the commission, so kind of worked out. I just thought it was really funny though. I'm like, man, I got up the standards for troll lists, I suppose. It would be like putting 3K worth of Summoners or Flamers against a bunch of Eldar kids, Dark Eldar kids. Like the whole, yeah. Because that's what it was in the lore when Vulcan roasted um, an Eldari child. It was a Drukari child. They should get a +1 against Dark Eldar. No. No, I do not. Oh, here we go, bringing up the past. That's all 40k is bringing up the past in the future. Like, everything in 40k is shaped by the past, whether it be 30k or 30 million years ago in the War in Heaven. Bringing up the past and daddy issues, yeah. Because in the grim darkness of the far future, there's only war. So what am I going to bring up? It's just war. You know what's in the past though? Also war, but also stuff happening. Let's make a prediction right now, IRL. Okay. Prediction. The Wagner and the Wagner. The Wagner PMC group and Russian military are gonna start a shooting war between them. Legit infighting. It's only political infighting right now. It's gonna turn into like actual fighting. That's a prediction. If I wanted to be saucy, I'd say by the end of the Ukraine conflict, the Russian Federation will be in pieces. What's the ballistic skill and toughness on a Russian soldier? Well, all humans fall under ballistic skill between 6 and 4 up at absolute best, so I'd say probably a 5 up. And we're all toughness 3, 1 wound. Well, yeah, I mean, look at the Ashimo's arm. Their elites are at a 4 up. Notice how Space Marines are post-human super soldiers, and they have a 3 up to hit. Chaos Cultists. Actually, I think the Russians might not be far off from Chaos Cultist stats, to be honest, which is a 5 up to hit. So Gunna has strength 5, so it means that it hits on Gunna is strength 5. And Auto Gunna is strength 3, but okay. Strength 5 is like a heavy bolter. Um, hits on a 5 up, and wounds on a 3 up. Saving throw of 5 with an AP of 3. What gun is this we are talking about? That sounds like a grav gun. Okay. An auto gun, which is basically like an M4 or M16 or an AK. Well, no, I'm going off 40k gameplay stats, which is what you were referring to. An AK or M4, M16, or all that stuff. Standard modern ballistics are what's called in 40k an auto gun. An auto gun is strength 3, no AP, 1 damage. We are uh, toughness 3, 1 wound. Which means, yes, there are a lot of places you can get hit and survive a hit from an auto gun. But you can also get hit in places where it just instantly kills you. The difference is a Space Marine has 2 wounds and toughness 4 because there's way fewer places that will do any damage at all, and any damage that matters anyway. And there's next to no places that you can hit a Space Marine once with a single autogun bullet and kill him, including his brain. Including his brain will almost assuredly not kill him. Because there have been Space Marines that have taken bolt rounds to the brain and have survived. Which is it's a 20 millimeter explosive. So that's why these stats are the way they are. They don't have any care to procreate, so that doesn't matter. The gun arms are done, by the way. Finally. Jeez. These can now get attached. Gonna need the clippers, X-Acto knife, file, glue. All this can go to the side because I'll be airbrushing after all this. Like T3 emotional wounds. No, Space Marines just simply don't care about any of that. They barely care when you take one of their arms off. And that actually does affect them day to day. Until they get a cybernetic implant. Alright, let's see. The big G won't be able to pull any more Eldar? No. I find this somewhat annoying that the arms are together. Yeah. Alright, yeah. Do Rogodoran know? Yeah. Yes, well, these are Ymyr Conglomerate, which are the red ones. These are the melee guys. Which is why, ironically, I've not painted any melee units left. Well, I guess that'll change with the Terminators, actually. I wonder what tier he'll have me paint those at. I would like tier 2 or higher, considering that they have, like, powered weapons and stuff, so I'd like to have a little fun with it. Not to mention money. Nope, I want it down a little bit to cover that one spot I don't care to go fix. There we go. No oil fixing little other bits. Ironically, there is no sign of lead belcher. There is. What are you talking about? All this metal is lead belcher. Also, their head will be entirely lead belcher because they have fish bowls. Because Ironkin. Do I do the games online or IRL? Online. I'm not opposed to doing IRL games, as obviously I have a bunch of my own collection. It's just I've not had the opportunity due to logistics. Wait, where's the melee? Yeah, that's what I was just saying. The client hasn't had me paint any melee guys yet for his melee based army. I mean, to be fair, these guys had to be done at some point regardless, and these guys do hit harder than standard Hearthguard. Paint them like Ymyr's helmet for me. It might take another 2 hours per mile now. No, I mean, okay, here's the thing. If you want that for like a character, I'd be all for it. Actually, that would have been really cool on the Grimnir. That would have been cool on the Grimnir and would have made sense. But, you know, maybe on a lieutenant dude. You know, the champion guy that can take down a knight in one round of combat. That'd be cool. And you want to do a fishbowl helmet? Well, no, I mean like the helmets are all Mysterio fishbowl heads because like literally all of them are like this because they're the Ironkin. He's doing an Ironkin all army. So all these guys are AI. They're not even. There are 0 actual squats in his army. I know I spell his name, but you know who I'm talking about. Yeah, email. Uh, you spelled emails correct minus the apostrophe. You screw up helmet though, which is funny. Fine, fine, you can take down a knight in melee. I'm not opposed to you taking down a knight in melee. I mean, Sanguinius took down titans in melee in the Horus Heresy. Like, he took down like 3 titans, 3 full-scale titans in melee at once in the Horus Heresy. It's funny that it's a squat doing it. I completely missed this arm, but you know, I can do it after I mount him. Email? No, it's email. Email. It has a little bit of an I to it. It's not eel. Email? No, it's not right. Email. E Emil. Emil. It's slightly different. That's closer. Smallest being taken down, the largest being. Well, to be fair, the champion in his armor is now pretty big. He's bigger than a standard human. That's for sure. Especially in bulk, but even in height. Yeah, I have to go back and do those with the ink. Not the. I wasn't talking about the spelling. I was talking about the pronunciation. I said you had the spelling correct in the first time. Emil. Yeah, right. That's yeah. You had eel, which is not right. What's his height if you take away the suit? Perfect height to punch you in the nuts, and you will not survive. Man, it was funny the couple months that these guys were like hilariously overpowered. Hilariously overpowered. It was a joke how strong they were. Alright, that is 3. Oh yeah, eel was not the sauce. This ain't it, Chief. I'm ready. How about you? Who's next? Me. Yeah, I was just watching a bunch of people react to Russian Badger's Reach video just last night. It's so good. I see you've gotten advice from a dwarven father. I growing up, I was primarily a dwarf fan when it came to fantasy stuff. Like dwarf everything. It was only like I only got kind of pushed out of it by ironically D&D. And not because of dwarves, but because of humans. I discovered how awesome it is to like the concept to be like a normal dude, a normal human dude, and then take on these super powerful beings. Especially when you're not even the one with the powers, like my cleric. My cleric is just an noble farmer type of person. Like his dad did like plantation stuff, and his entire lineage was annihilated. And then he found his deity. This arm just went on a real wonky, but anyway, found his deity, and then 10 levels later is oh no, it's still wet glue. That's gonna mess up that brush. Um, I'm gonna have to fix that a bit right there, but anyway, moving on. Put that aside. Uh, has an archfey by the throat with his bare hands. Like, that's amazing. Yeah, the armor lock. Yeah, we have all seen your dwarven Fosh. I think, yeah, I think I've seen those. Yeah, I may have also just gotten that quote from memes. I don't know why I'm bothering like dry fitting these. I should just shove them on with the glue. Probably don't need nearly this much glue either. And I should probably put it on the body like I was. Now I have remembered why I was doing it that way. Also, this was the most intense RP moment I've ever had in a commission game today, like a perfectly played out player v player conflict. Intense in character argument, good realization agreement at the end. Two of the players said they were unironically tearing up in the background. That's awesome. That's real D&D right there. That's where it transcends a game and becomes story writing, which is what I live for with D&D. Well, have a good one, Geese. Thanks for hanging out. Mm. So the situation is we got a new player joining in. He's playing an ex-Marine who was a Navy scientist, eventually realizing his sect was performing inhumane experiments. One of the party members is playing a character who was a Navy experiment most of their life when it's horrors and death. At the end, he was like, I didn't think my background coming back to bite me that hard or that quick. Nice. That's awesome. But yeah, it was too an emotional argument the moment she realized he was a Navy scientist. Oh yeah. I realized just how wide her experiments stretch not affecting people may I'm just about break down. Oof. Had a real Oppenheimer moment, huh? Did they then turn around and have the other kind of Oppenheimer moment? uh, now we got two party members who are both dead set and seeking out to string inhumane Navy experiment centers also have this intense conflict between each other. That's really cool. That was a character's insurance of the game. Nice. Okay. Before I continue forward past these, I'm gonna fix that one that has the big gash and it's red over here. Before the glue dries too, not the glue, the paint dries too much. Eventually, Captain saw his healing capabilities and just like, all right, your crew now, you're gonna heal us and help us hunt down native experiments. If you say no, we're just gonna kidnap you for the crew for those purposes anyway. You have been conscripted. Getting away with murder. The exact term is Shanghai. Yeah. Wait, what? Pay my cool, reflective-looking orange spacesuit deal? Yo, he's gonna need to pay me a lot more if he wants reflective fish bowls. You know how weird painting domes are? Granted, these aren't perfect domes, but still. It's a bit wonky. Oh, jeez. I mean, I already made the Grimnir's ones silver, and they match the rest of the look. Easy shade. So, like, the base color, sure. Like, I would just paint them greedy gold. The problem is, I already made the Grimnir ones, silver. So, I'm not gonna make... If it was my own army, and I had the model right here to, like, just redo, that'd be one thing. The Grimnir's already gone. We're locked in. Cool commander thing? Yeah, that could be a thing with the commander. Sure. Not these guys. I still think the lieutenant, now that you've said, should have Emil's helmet. I might legitimately mention that. Oh, I mean, maybe? Squad commanders already get that. Actually, I have to look that up to be sure about that. That crest thing. The crest thing does a thing. I need Wahapedia here. Legions of squads always got commander. Aiming movement is always... Yeah. Leagues of Voton. Yeah, no, you're talking about champion is the universal term for the squad champion. Um, oh, I've been calling these the Hearthguard this entire time. These are Hearthkyn. Ah, whatever. The Thane is what they're called in here. And oh wait, no, this isn't a Thane thing. What is this thing? What is this thing called? Medipack, multi-wave comms array, pan-spectral scanner. Up to 3 different warriors that equip an either an Autok, Parent Bolter, or Iron Blast can each take one different option from the following list. Multi-wave comms array, pan-spectral scanner. Hold on. And Brain just immediately wants to replicate any or all of the Halo Reach Vazatines. I know, right? Um, okay, hold on. I gotta pee, and then I gotta come back and go through, like, Warcom and try to figure out what these crests are, because that's actually a valid point. I don't know where I actually need to be putting these crests. Like, should I be doing 1 or 2, or I don't know. I wasn't given instructions. I was just given, like, 2 pieces. He did, however, 3D print these, and he 3D printed 2, so maybe he just wants 2 done on them? But I do think they're separate equipment, so maybe, like, yeah, I don't know. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so, a little bit of thought. First off, I feel like I should actually change the title on this, else, like, that might be part of why people are not showing up for the Voton thing. I've been calling this the wrong thing this entire time. Okay, anyway. So, had the thought. What about just a blue shade? Easier for me to apply. I paint them all the same, and then one of them I just throw, like, Gilliman blue glaze over it. The blue, I think, would complement the red armor better. It's also like, a lot quicker, too. Princess Millie wants. Oh yeah, yours. The. Thought a new chat came in. Nope. Oh, actually, that's a wire. It's supposed to be there. Ah. Yeah, Sai's just trying to keep me down, but I'm just going higher. Alright, I'm gonna look up what these crest things are. I think I gotta go to Warcom. Okay, so the pictures on The pictures on Games Workshop shows the sergeant with it. Okay, so sergeant gets them. Can you have less than 10 of these in a squad? No, 9 to 20. Interesting. Oh, it's a Weefield crest. That's it. Thing has a 4-up invuln save, which is nuts that their basic infantry has a sergeant with a 4-up invuln. In addition to them having void armor. So tanky. They are slow though. Alright, let's get to airbrushing, I guess. It was once more time to airbrush. Okay. So, how do I want to do this? I'm gonna do a little bit of, I'm gonna do the metallics, and then I'm just gonna do everything else with brush. Okay, this smells like funky. Okay. Welcome back, Sai. Good job on the food. You have scrummed up some victuals. I don't know if scrummed up's the right word, but that's what came to mind. Alright, so I have confirmed that the crests are indeed for the sergeants, which has me a little confused as to why I have two of them. These guys have two as well? I see one. So here's the thing, these guys cannot be taken in squads smaller than 10. And they don't have combat squads, best I can tell either. No. So you can have between 10 and 20 of these in a squad, of which is only one Thane. Who, by the way, what this is a Wayfield crest that gives him get this 4-up invuln save on top of them already having Void Armor. Which means you can't re-roll wound rolls or damage rolls against them, and they reduce the AP by 1 of all attacks. Of all ranged attacks. Nope, all attacks, period. Which is just, like, crazy to me, as a Space Marine player. Like, even after they got nerfed, these guys are literally Space Marines, but better in every way except their speed. They are ever so slightly slower. Oh, and they have 1 less wound, which doesn't really matter. Yeah, they have a 3-up ballistic skill with the standard bolter being a 4-1 hunter 2. So standard, so 2-shot 24-inch bolter with neg 1 all the time. Or that can be replaced with an iron blaster, which is a 1-shot strength 5 neg 2 2 damage. And those are 2 main weapon types. Then it can have a bunch of special weapons in there. Strength 4, toughness 4, 1 wound, 2 attacks, 4-up save with void armor. So that's an effective, it may as well be 3-up, except against AP 0. Or AP, yeah, except against AP 0. And their sergeant, which can take power weapons, by the way, has a 4-up save. He doesn't even armor penetration is not even a thing against him. He's a 4-up. Google Space Marine Tinder account? What? What? My Bard game just got canceled for tomorrow. So I might not have any D&D tomorrow. I'm trying to remember if my cleric was canceled. I just asked for clarification on that. Well, it looks like I might just be working on a gov job then. If this is done, I mean, I'll be basing them because I get the bases tomorrow. But yeah, well, anyway, that's uh big sad. When I guest star my sci again tomorrow, that means I have to learn a whole new game. What? Or get this, I could just work and get a full day closer to the already moving much faster than expected government job out of my way, which gets us back to actually working on the stream again. And I won't be working 7 days a week anymore once it's done. Because I was still going to do a bunch of work around the games, if I could. Yeah, I know, terrible. How dare I attempt to be a responsible adult and think about my long term? I mean, I might, I don't know. I'll figure it out. In any event, um, oh yeah, all these heads are done. Basically, I just pop them on the bodies, and when they're completely done, I give them a full null oil. So, actually, this is still going like this. Back up like this. These are getting completely brush painted. Or one. One is getting completely brush painted. I don't know what's going on with the other at this point. He's not dry. I guess I'll give him another minute. They're dry. I just feel weird. Goes airbrush, I guess. What I want to do is mount all these bodies again. I really wish I had the bases, honestly. At some point, maybe I should just get a bunch more wine corks and a bunch more nails to make a bunch more of these. Get a whole roll of quarters. When you're schizophrenic and you keep hallucinating that your monitor is your airbrushing backdrop, what? So you're supposed to customize everything but the screen. You needed to see the screen, how it is. Okay, this is getting annoying. I don't think you'd want the customizations I'd have in mind. Gonna be honest. Have you seen how I paint my Space Marines? Then you have my condolences. No. Sup, Red? Hey, if this gets done, like, what are we at, 10-9? Maybe not. So I still got paint one of these crests. Nope, we're still not gonna do a, what do you call it? A, Star Conflict stream. Red, you missed an excellent TTS game. By excellent, I mean it was one-sided in the extreme. Apparently, Zophiana took my. We should make lists to troll each other to mean give me a surprisingly good White Scars army. Wednesday. Next stream would be Wednesday. I will be streaming Thursday, yes. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It's been that way for months, man. Where you been? The stream froze? Can you hear me now? I mean, my hands are just extremely still. Look at the Cash for Chaos on your end. Yeah, I know. I just obviously I have to check all my stuff. Like, wait, what? Um, yeah, the Zofiane and I still played 3,000 points. We made lists for each other with the intention of trolling the other. Like, here's a list that's very annoying to play. Uh, Probably that just turned into him giving me a very good White Scars list with nearly 50 bikes. He didn't stand a chance. We calculated by turn 3 I would have had roughly 50 victory points. Yeah, we didn't even finish turn 2. Like, I didn't kill anything of his, basically, but I was rolling in so many VP, it was stupid, because I controlled the entire map. Because I was all bikes. You know what I made him? An artillery Imperial Fist list, with even fortifications. It was so Imperial Fist appropriate, but, like, that was the point. And he's like, here's a ton of bikes and scouts, and land speeder storms, and a Stormbird. And I'm like, wait, so, like, a White Scar's Wet Dream? Is that what you just gave me? Like, it was actually a good list. Like, minus the Stormbird, it would have been a good 2K list. Against a lot of types of opponents. Not everything, but a lot of types of opponents. It would have been a good list. That's what he gave me. For, like, a 3K troll list. Like, what? Yeah. Um, it was pretty rough. He killed a lot of stuff, though. The big guns killed a lot of bikes. Problem was, I had so many more bikes that came, like, behind those bikes. I had bikes on bikes on bikes and bikes. Biking. To the bike store. To get more bikes. So we had standard. What's funnier still is that if it would have been worse if we got a normal mission. He intended for me to use the scouts for forward deploy. We got a mission that did not allow forward deploy. If I had been given forward deploy, I would have gotten even more victory points. How many more victory points? Uh, like 7 more victory points by the beginning of turn 2. Yeah. And then, so I would have ended turn 2 with 30 victory points, and the next turn get like 20 plus more. Like, it was insanity. Oh, but our only captains dueled, our only characters dueled, and he gave me a good character too. That annihilated his character. Grant, I didn't give him a bad character. He was a firstborn captain with Power Fist and I think a Mastercrafted Bolter and the something Stubbornness Warlord trait. So he took half damage. He halved all damage rounding up. But I was given a biker captain on a jet bike with a -1 to hit when I advanced, rerolled my own charges, and a thunder hammer. Like, good lord. The only way it could have gone, like, worse is if he, instead of giving me a bunch of heavy bolters and plasma on my bikes, he gave me meltas all the way across, which he could have. It wouldn't change nothing points wise. Mucoid boys. Oh, we had a guy in here earlier that was talking about what if you did just 2,000 points of infiltrators and reavers. I'm like, that sounds awful. Like, if you had extremely good, like, capability in the movement phase, like, maybe, but, like, everything kills Marines so quick. It's like, dumb. Read my things so I can reply before I run my leftover food down the fridge. Fine, I guess. Ruin my glue status. Why don't you? Oh, that thing up there. I want to try to set up some. I thought you meant Discord. Because I have a bunch of Discord pings right now. I want to set up some way to redeem that TTS game redemption, kind of short, less than an hour browse game like Tetris Battles, Connect 4 on comms at some peak viewer time. Lately, that's been like right before dinner on like Thursdays, actually. Weirdly enough. All Tarvagons, but no Synapse. Oh boy. Sometime in May, Saturday into Sunday Chop, we'll be doing open overnight cheats. Anyone wants to learn how to play 40k, can use armies. Why? Okay. Hey guys. Hey guys. 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 You know how I keep telling people I'm not going to teach them how to play 40k right now? You know how I keep telling people I'm not going to teach them how to play 40k right now? Because 10th coming out in 3 months? Guess what was just announced from my local game store? My shopkeep sometime in May wants to do an overnight that's about teaching anyone that wants to learn how to play 40k and Kill Team using demo armies. I'm like, why? 10th comes out a month later. It could literally be under 30 days later, a whole new edition of 40k drops. Kill Team, fine. Kill Team just had a new edition. 40k, the main 40k game gets an edition as little as, I mean, it could possibly be within 14 days from that camp or whatever he's calling it to the new edition launch. Why? I just put that in the chat, by the way, in my local game store chat. Why 10 comes out a month later? I'm gonna add or less in parentheses, or less depending on date, on exact dates. Teach me 40k now. Sounds like you can make some free money to me. How? There's no money being involved here. At least that I'm aware of. You mentioned demo armies, which means it's going to be like 2 years ago when I panned those Necrons. This is before I streamed, but I panned a Start Collecting box uh, of Necrons for for the charity event that he does in the fall for Let's Play. Is it Let's Play? I don't know, the kids' charity. And I did that, and ironically, this same client that I've been doing White Scars of Voton for got that, and that's what he's been referencing when he says the Necron army at some point in the future. My question is, why in May? Do it in July. Like, seriously, when we have gone the books, at least the basic books, and we know what's going on. Some of the rumors, this is one of the rumors that was shot down by a later rumor, but that doesn't mean it might not be the case, was that all of the codexes were being reduced to indexes, like when going from 7th to 8th. So like you could be exposing people to these giant army books where everything but the stat sheets are like being tossed out the window. Where we don't know for certain. Like how does anyone think this is a good idea? Days and Sandstone, but it's okay. He's replying. The days in Sandstone, but odds are it'll be the same as ninth, with tweaks like eighth into ninth. Yeah, that tweaks, however, include dropping an entire turn and inserting an entire phase into the game. Because people who don't play probably don't. Um, yeah, I'm just saying, why not just wait a month and not have them relearn stuff instantly? Like, I don't understand why this is being suggested at all. It's just having new people do more work, which this is already a game that requires a lot of work. This is annoying the crap out of me. I have the strong feeling it's going to overwhelm new people as this game. The shopkeep said, "Forget it." Okay, like I feel like he's taking it personally. So I feel it's gonna overwhelm new people as this game already requires a lot of work, relearning. A couple weeks later is that much more work. Just do the same exact event a few weeks later. Like this is not a simple game. And now I feel like my LGS owner is like taking the whole thing like personally. Like I don't know why May was such a thing for him. Anyway. Oh, there we go. One of the guys recommend could do it for AOS. Yes, go ahead and do it for AOS in May. If they want to do an event in May so bad, do a thing for AOS in May. Don't do it for 40K. That doesn't make any sense. Wrong year for a Warhammer event in to teach new people in May. So that was a whole thing. That would entail anyone wanting to do you, so good luck with that. Welcome, welcome to AOS. That's there we are doing Oh man, here's the problem with that The real problem is that we can't make any money off that unless we went to Nevada. There's an AOS game playing in the bottom right corner. That's an easy fix. It was depends on the state, I think. You gotta look at the exact wording on a state by state basis. And I'm not sure if that is determined by the state you're in or the other person. So I also knew that. I just didn't step out and say it. I think we all know that. Oh, jeez. Okay, that I have not done. I'm starting to wonder if this is worth well, no, actually, no, it is. I remember why I'm doing this. Yeah, it's because I'm null-knowing the entire mini. And to do that effectively, I need to not be holding it. And man, I wish I just had the bases, but I do not. Got right for that stuff again, regardless, because the party's getting a new player, and a new player is not me. Yay! Just in case you need a reminder. This one's going to be toughy to implement in a way that makes sense why he would join the group. Why is that? Yeah, no, I said it's not you. I said it's not me. I said it's not me. We just went over this. There's just no overarching plot to tie them to, and the part is no easy to has no reason to take anyone in at the moment. Is there a skill set they are missing? Well, I guess that depends on the other player wanting to play the skill set. So I mean, Okay, so my shopkeep wanted to offer combat patrols for those that want to continue after learning the game at 30% off. He was like, "What's the point? In a month, a new AOS thing will pop up. Oh heavens!" And the other guy's like, "Difference is we know 10th edition is coming in June or July. It's almost like everyone's been saying June. Like I really don't think he was really thinking the situation all the way through. It's not like a new codex is coming out. A new edition is coming out. Not to mention the two characters from are just bundles of absolute chaos. It's hard to think of a reason for the new person to want to join up with them. And I'm thinking maybe just taking the easy route, just being like, y'all need a crew member to run X and Y and create a situation and introduce a new player to the group. Um, you could do the thing where they're forced together by an external threat. Then you have to write up an external threat, but I mean, hey, it works pretty well. Do some trauma bonding. Yeah, I was thinking of another route similar to that, where the group is pushed together because of some kind of external thing where it's get solid bonding joining together. Yeah, but honestly, I think the looking for a crewmate thing could lead to that situation anyway, so it'd be a good lead into it. Yeah, makes sense to me. Yay! All right, three more. Oh wait, nope, not that one. This one. I'm gonna need more glue. Hey, Red, if you're still there, how'd your family thing turn out? So everything all good? Sub 76. Went to the bank today, noticed a woman was behind me, so I opened the door and got called toxic. Jeez. Know that she is the problem. And a lot of other women are starting to speak out about it, how it's like messing things up. Guess it makes me a male chauvinist. Yeah. Yeah, that's the situation that's been created. And it's on purpose. And it's not by the women or even the feminists. It's the neo-Marxists behind them that's pushing all of this, setting men and women against each other. Yeah, yeah, because none of this is natural or logical. Not stuff like that, anyway. The natural, logical thing to do is someone does a kindness to you, you are grateful to it. Doesn't matter the situation. They did something nice for you. Like I hold honestly, I hold the door open for like everyone that's behind me. I don't even like notice if it's like a man or a woman or anything. I just hold the door for like a second for them to get the door, or if I'm, whatever, you know? You just there's an opportunity to do a small nice thing that costs you nothing. You just do it. The fact that anyone thinks it's logical on any level to punish that behavior is not thinking. Not even not thinking clearly. They're just not thinking at all. And it punishes not just the person doing the kindness, but it punishes everyone else as well. Because now women that want chivalry are not seeing as much chivalry, and it's all great reset stuff. Yeah. Um, and men can't especially young men that don't have a better long-term perspective on the stuff that are just coming out into the game of being an adult, if you will, can't tell what's going on or what's actually expected of them. So just floundering around in the dark until they hear someone that sounds remotely confident, like Andrew Tate, and then just jumps on his boat. And it's like, no, that's not good either. They too far in the other direction, man. Like if you want good relations with people, learn the lesson quick, and also this works for kids too. Never, ever, or relationships. Never, ever, ever punish good behavior. It's the Well, so here's the thing. Young men are screwed normally when it comes to women, and women kind of shouldn't see them because of here's like just the basic reality of it, right? Women have inherent value on like a biological level. They can reproduce. Men are let's say evolutionarily speaking are disposable inherently. Like young man just enters into adulthood, doesn't have any skills or capability to produce, does not have value. He has potential. Now, potential is valuable, but it needs to be turned into true worth. And that's why all men have that instinctive belief of being kind of outside society. Because to be a member of society, you have to be a productive member of society. You have to be productive. You can't be productive without skills or capability. So, um, So yeah, women's inherent goal is to find a partner that, if nothing else, can, this is what their instincts are saying, um, protect them when they are vulnerable, through the reproductive cycle, and also just, in general. That's what the instincts are saying. So it's based on them being, the male being of equal or higher capability in the hierarchy of choice. So, it's on the women now to decide on the hierarchy in question, because humans have made a lot more hierarchies than just, muscles. But it's still that same way. She's going to choose what hierarchies are a priority to her and look for someone of equal or higher value. By and large, that's the instinctual want that they have, uh, biologically speaking. Yeah, and that's why Andrew Tate, like, is, meaningless to me. He's a hypocrite. What young men need to do is that they need to realize that they have both the rights and responsibility, the blessing and the curse of, they are a man, so they need to create their own value. Like, their value can be infinite, but it's entirely based upon their capability of achieving that value. So they themselves need to pick their hierarchy that they're going to climb up and begin climbing. And that's not what they're being told. They're being told that because they're men, they're inherently dangerous, which, yes, they are, but that's not a bad thing. That, um, you need to be dangerous to just deal with life. You need to be dangerous, but you need to be peaceful. And you can't be peaceful if you're helpless. You're just helpless. Peaceful means the capability of being dangerous, but not using it unless necessary. You know, um, it's like if a dude owns OnlyFans comes out and tell men to be better. Yeah, I mean, I think there's slightly more nuance on that front, but it's not a great deal. Young men need to know that their value in life is entirely within their own hands, but they don't start with any. That's not a bad thing or a thing against them. It just means they need to do something with themselves. And too many guys are not, because they don't realize that. Choose your hierarchy of competency and get climbing. Become good at something. I just watched the, not the Dark Tide one. I watched the other one. Deathwing. Yeah, Deathwing was funny. Dreadnought Reagan. That was really funny. I can see Reagan in a, Castafarum. However, I see Eisenhower in a Leviathan. This is so annoying, the glue here. I'm gonna have to hold him by, like, the boot when I apply the heads. This is madness. Ah, if I just had the... I probably should put the heads on before I put them on the corks. I didn't realize how fast they'd be to snap off. Happened on the first one. Yeah. Andrew Jackson was both vastly entertaining and a problem in a few ways. Yes, he went against the central banks of the time, but he also just did a ton of destruction in the South on an unnecessary level. He basically pulled what, like, not too dissimilar to the basic tactics of what Russia's doing right now, where it's just annihilate everything until the enemy's morale collapses, which doesn't work and didn't work then, and it's not working now. So I'm pretty split on Andrew Jackson. I can see him being in a contemptor pair now. Instead, it looks like we're going with the route of he's an autognome artificer who is a failed shockkeep. He's going to post on the job board. Players already working off this board. Something like repair bot looking to join ship crew. Pay will come in form of room and board along with fair cut of future loot gains. Yeah, he was really good as a general. He just wasn't very ethical or even logical. It is funny that they add him to the 20, honestly. I kind of want to go look into how that happened. This glue situation is really ticking me off, but I need him to not. I needed to hold him by something besides. Oh, well, part of the problem is the leaning. Son of a. Like, I actually do need the entire minis mounted. It's just ticking me off because I can't get him to just stick. Feds did to mock him and warn of the presence. I'd believe it. Didn't stop JFK, and same thing, similar thing happened. You know, it'd be ironic. JFK has a Derrideo. Yep, 72. One of the primary reasons we're in the situation we are in now with the mega corporations and everything else. Everything changed with that. I think these things don't fit in here except straight on. Or some of us don't fit in here, period? Okay, this one just flat out is not sticking in there. Try a different one. For the record, part of this is because these are 3D printed. This is not a complete guarantee of pieces going together as expected. I don't even know how to get this to the point where it'll stick in there. Like where the glue will meet. Guess like up here? It's way everything is ridiculous expensive. Yeah. Man, just everything on these Votons wants to be difficult. Or on these Hearthkyn. Good enough, I guess. No oil will help pull some of that together. Been looking at homes in before a new vehicle was around 4K, now it's around 50. Been looking at homes in Tennessee and Florida, so cheap here in California. I pay 450K and still had to remodel everything. Yeah, Tennis still trying to charge 60 for an official download copy of Pokemon Red. Way too many One Piece ads. Jesus. Oh, the song doesn't really surprise me. I'm gonna be honest. So, could Malkador return? Before, it was like he was physically annihilated, so but overall died normally. In that instance, maybe. It is hinted that he's a perpetual himself, which then begs the question: why didn't he come back? We have not seen him been killed yet, so we don't know if his soul was destroyed or not. We'll, probably know better when the next book comes out. Episode of what? Is this another anime? It sounds like another anime. Boruto? What's Boruto? I can't. These heads don't actually fit into these bodies like they're supposed to. It's quite annoying. Like there's tiny little gaps you could see under them, and there's just like nothing I could reasonably do about that. Not for a tier one anyway. It would be way too much work, but it just bugs me. Name of Naruto's son. Okay, so yeah, more anime. Thought it was like a spin-off show, but nah, it's already nearly 400 episodes in. Jeez. Okay, hope there's enough glue touching stuff for this one, because this positioning actually isn't too bad. Oh, yeah, I might as well do the one I did before, sure. These guys all look like up-armored astronauts. It's pretty funny. At this rate, I am not painting that cresting tonight. Or if I do, it's gonna be like after the stream, after I eat. That's not gonna be a quick paint thing. It's only a couple colors, but still. Alright, now to make sure all of these helmets actually stuck. None of them are prone to popping out at random. Okay, cool. I can begin oiling. Did everyone leave? I think everyone left. Just fine. Alright. Well, none of those on, and drying, and theory. All that's left is that crest, and, a crest and the bases, and varnishing, which I guess will happen tomorrow. Alright, well, everyone gone. So I'm just gonna call it here and get some food and relax before a busy day tomorrow.